All right, let's talk about one of the most exciting shifts happening in our lifetime, the new space race. And I'm not talking about some far-off sci-fi dream. Nope. This is happening right now. And the year 2025, it's shaping up to be a huge cosmic turning point. But you gotta ask, right? After decades of the skies being, well, pretty quiet, why the sudden intense rush back to space? Why is everyone, from governments to brand new startups, suddenly racing to get to the moon and even Mars? Let's get into it. So it's not really just one single thing. It's more like we're seeing this perfect storm, a powerful mix of ambition, pure curiosity, and a whole lot of money, all coming together to fuel this incredible new chapter in exploration. It really boils down to three key things. First, you've got political ambition. It's back in a big way. Nations are competing again for prestige, for that strategic high ground. Then, there's our scientific curiosity, which, let's be honest, never went away. We are just desperate to answer those big questions. And finally, and this is a big one, there's massive economic opportunity. We're talking about whole new industries here. And that brings us to a really crucial idea, the new space economy. See, this isn't just about NASA or other government agencies with gigantic budgets anymore. We are talking about a super competitive commercial industry. Private companies are building rockets and planning missions, all for profit. It's basically the privatization of the final frontier. Okay, so with all this energy and all this cash, where is everyone actually going? Well, the destinations are pretty clear. We're targeting our two closest celestial neighbors, the Moon and Mars. Yep, these are the main goals for pretty much every major player out there. You've got NASA's Artemis program, which is shooting for a permanent human base on the moon. And then you have companies like SpaceX, who have their eyes set very firmly on putting the first human boots on Martian soil. You can think of the strategy here as kind of a two-step plan. The moon isn't actually the final goal. It's the proving ground. It's where we're going to test new habitats, figure out how to live off-world, and maybe even start mining for resources. Mars, though, Mars is the grand prize. That's the long-term vision. We're talking colonization, searching for signs of ancient life, and, creating a backup plan for humanity. So we know the why and the where. But how? How has all of this suddenly become possible? Well, the answer lies with a totally new set of players who are completely rewriting the rules of the game. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, they're not just helping out on the sidelines anymore. Oh no, they are leading the charge. And the competition between them is driving innovation forward at a pace that is just breathtaking. They're creating tech that, seriously, just 10 years ago felt like something straight out of science fiction. And all that crazy innovation has led to this number, 95%. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the unbelievable reduction in cost to launch 1 single kilogram into orbit compared to the days of the space shuttle. 95%. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? That huge cost barrier that basically defined the old space era, it's been completely shattered. And that massive price drop is the single biggest thing making all of this possible. It turns missions to the moon and Mars from maybe someday into items on an actual project timeline. This whole revolution is being powered by some incredible tech breakthroughs. I mean, beyond the reusable rockets, which we'll get to in just a sec, think about AI that can plan a mission trajectory in minutes instead of months, or advanced robots that we can send ahead to 3D print our habitats from the local soil, so they're just waiting for us when we show up. It's wild. The idea itself is actually pretty simple, even if the engineering behind it is just mind-blowing. Instead of the most expensive part of the rocket just becoming trash in the ocean after one flight, it literally flies itself back to Earth, lands upright, and is ready to be refueled and flown again. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a total game changer for the economics of space travel. So, with all this incredible tech and this burning ambition all coming together at once, you kind of have to step back and ask a bigger question, right? What does all of this really mean? Are we watching the start of humanity's next great chapter? When you boil it all down, the real driver behind this whole new era is this one powerful idea. The goal isn't just to go plant some flags and take some pictures. It's about a much, much grander vision, making sure our species can survive in the long term by becoming multiplanetary. But, reaching for the stars forces us to look right back at ourselves. This new age opens up a whole Pandora's box of really deep questions, like who owns the moon? How do we make sure we don't accidentally contaminate Mars? As all these new players jump in, who gets to write the rules for this new frontier? And that leaves us with one final and I think really critical thought to chew on. As we stand right here on the edge of becoming a truly multiplanetary species, as we reach for Mars and whatever comes next, what do we risk leaving behind? It's something to think about as the ships of 2025 get ready for launch.